Yes, when we consider technology, in the mind of most people, we talk about mobile phones and streaming pictures, movies, and whatever. Particularly for the millenniums, people born after the year 2000, they don't really understand the complexity that goes on when they pick that phone up and start having WhatsApp meeting, chat, or whatever. The complexity of the system is actually almost beyond belief. Your message has to go to a cell tower, which most people will have heard of. Then it has to go to a switching center through a microwave link. Then it has to be decided on by the computer systems where it has to be sent. Then it comes back to another cell tower and comes all the way back. And that happens in a split second. You don't know about it, but we accept it. We just do it. We don't realize that 20, 30 years ago, the early mobile phones cost £10,000 each.
Yeah.
Technology. Well, technology has been my life. It's been my life, all my working life certainly, and beforehand. I've been involved in flight simulation, radio communication systems, avionics systems, installing complex cell sites around the world, in fact in 47 countries. Everything to do with technology is basically me. But at my age, the most interesting aspect is that I started in the early days when there was only valves. Transistors weren't even thought about. And I've evolved as science and technology has evolved over the years to where we have now, where we have more power in our own laptops or mobile phones than the very large computer systems I used to put in the early days in oil refineries and flight simulation or whatever. So in my, say, 40 years utilizing technology, it's changed completely out of all proportion. Much more than any change in technology in the 19th century, from the steam engine onwards. It's absolutely unbelievable. And even though I have a degree in computer science, some of the modern systems are quite spectacular. Very interesting and spectacular. Now the other aspect, of course, when you think of technology, if you look at the definition of technology, which in the Oxford Dictionary is the utilization of science and knowledge for the betterment of humankind, which could be argued against, of course, when we also use them to make bombs and rockets and tanks and whatever. So yes, technology is part of everyone's life nowadays, where in the past it really wasn't. Old people, grandmothers, multiple great-grandmothers now feel quite happy at utilizing a laptop or a mobile phone, which encompasses 50 years of technology and all the changes in science. And only about 0.5% of the population used to have them. So it's very easy to not even think about technology, yet we're all using it. We're using it all the time. Every time you stream a movie on your television or your phone, the design and the technology behind that, the science behind the technology, I say, it really is quite incredible. But we don't need to know it, do we, at the end of the day? We just want to use it for whatever we want to do, and it's there. But someone somewhere has designed all this. He has sat down on his desk and made some incredible calculations, put them into action, and they had to be built, designed. So it's amazing. Technology for everyone is amazing.
We use technology a lot every day. Without technology, we wouldn't be able to do uni stuff. I've still got a lot of work to do for uni, so I'm using that. I'm using PowerPoint to make a presentation. I use Microsoft Word to write my reports. All of the content for our course is online, so we need online to do that as well. Especially with COVID as well, we wouldn't have been able to do any uni work without a computer, without technology. So it's really been essential for us
Yeah.
to get on with university actually.
Yeah, like I'd definitely say when it comes to university, especially with my course, like the difference between mine and your course would be that the use of technology and the types of technology I'd be using is like way more. So I'd like need maybe more powerful computers or something like, you know, maybe a camera for a certain module that I'm studying where I need to take pictures, you know. But without all those things, and compared to say maybe 10 or 15 or 20 years ago, you know, we have more ease and accessibility to those, you know, different types of technology, and they help and develop many more different ways and like of doing work, right? But also make it much more easier and accessible for many other people to get into it, because that's just what it's about now. Technology is like, it's all about accessibility and making
things easier.
Yeah, making it possible for anyone to do anything. And like you said, with COVID, that brought like a whole remote working thing. So now, like, instead of actually being somewhere and doing that work, you can pretty much do your work wherever.
But technology is like vital to that.
Yeah.
Without technology, there's so many things that we wouldn't have been able to do. We even use technology to do our shopping sometimes as well.
Yeah.
Like you can do like online grocery shopping now. That's
and
so easy.
Like, as part of being a student as well, it's so convenient because you know, when you are always limited for time in a day because you have a lot of work to do, or you might be working a job on top of the work you're doing at university, using something like online food shopping is so helpful. And you can even do things like get, you know, preset meals sent to you that you just need to cook on the spot.
Do that too.
And there's like all these new things now, you know, that just, it's all about making your life easier. And I think as a student, with all the technology we have, you know, even when it comes to, you know, free time, playing video games and things like that, especially in my life, like I've always had that around me. And the technology for video games has developed a lot as well. So being able to relax and enjoy something has actually become easier too.
And it's mad that they both use technology, but you can both enjoy them in different ways. You can use them in different ways.
Yeah, they all have a lot
There's
of
so
different
many
uses,
different ways to use technology in everyone's life, I think. There's so many different things you can do with it. Like, you can learn how to code. You can learn anything by YouTube now. You can just watch a tutorial.
Yeah.
I think that to do with technology is crazy.
Access to information is a massive thing as well. Just being able to look up a question, or if you're confused about something or don't know something, you know, obviously 100% of the time I wouldn't say to trust the internet. You know, you might not find the answers you're looking for, but above all that, you know, that's a part of it, and that's the point of it. You know, it's what you take from it, how you learn from it, and does it apply to you, you know, what you're studying, whatever you're doing in life. If you want to build something, you know, just go find out on the internet.
Yeah. Everyone can use technology for something different nowadays.
Yeah.
It's useful for everyone.
Because of the amount of influences online, there's not only a positive effect, but also a negative effect. They can get you to do so many things, like buy stuff that isn't even from their, like, company or store that they've made. It can just be, like, some random thing that they've also been interested in, like a video game or a pair of shoes. And I guess that's kind of the point of the internet, though, to get you to buy stuff, because then that also positively affects the economy, which is ridiculous, because no one my age cares about any of that stuff, and yet we're contributing to it without even knowing, because of technology. I use technology for a lot of things. College, I do my work on computers, on my laptop at home, my phone even. I use it to connect with friends on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. I don't really use Snapchat though, so. But a lot of people do, because it's easier than just going out with people when you're busy and you can't make plans. You can just talk to them in your spare time, which is good. It's a good thing, being able to talk to people that maybe you wouldn't be able to meet up with in real life because they live too far away, or they just have something else to do with their time. What else do I use technology for? YouTube. YouTube's huge now. Was it made in 2010? I think it was. Was it? 2010. Loads of people interact with each other through that, because there's just so many different people online now. There's a person for everyone, really. Makes you feel like you can fit in when maybe you can't do that in person with people around you.